also even if you take like 12th century saints and all, Basavanna and all, they also started saying what is worship, mainly because society already started having these divisions of Shudra and all, so they wanted to make sure that there is no difference between any of these four things. That's why they said work is worship. Whether you are doing a cobbler work or anything, it is still God.
That consciousness has changed. I got your point. The consciousness with work is worship, if that is said in that consciousness of keeping Krishna in the center, that is good.
Yes.
And at that time it was set in that consciousness only. But later it got changed to my own hand.
Yes.
My own.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, come 3.29. Anyone wanted to do this? Yeah, Mataji, please. प्रकृतेर्गुण सम्मूढः सज्जन्ते गुणकर्मसु ज्ञानकृष्णाविदो मन्दान् कृष्णा विन्ना विचालयेत्. Translation by His Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki bewildered by the modes of material nature. Bewildered by the modes of material nature, the ignorant fully engage themselves in material activities and become attached to the material activities. But the wise should not unsettle them, although these duties are inferior to the performer's lack of knowledge. But the wise should not unsettle them. So here he is talking about a person who is in fully Krishna consciousness, how to deal with a person who is completely engaged in material activities. That's what he is talking about. Now, sadhu will encourage each and every person in whatever capacity he is in to engage in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness. Sadhu will try to engage. Okay, at this moment he is not a pure devotee, but okay, he is due to whatever the nature, he is trying to uplift. Probably he might engage him in services, or he might be engaged in the skills what he is good at in Lord's service. Like that, sadhus are good in engaging the people. So similarly, same example what I told of Radhesham Prabhuji, right? Later when he told that person, he changed and later he has become a devotee and he was able to do only Vastradhan after offering to the Lord, or Prasadam offering to the Lord as a bhoga, then only he used to distribute to the people, not whimsically doing it. So that's what, so Radhesham Prabhuji, under his guidance he got changed. So it happens. And now we need to understand that in one or the other quality what we have, don't we think that we are the best? What are you best at, Mataji? అంటే మీరు మంచివాళ్ళు మాతాజీ, మీరు అనుకోరు, నేనైతే అనుకుంటా. మీరు మంచివాళ్ళు కాబట్టి మీరు అనుకోరు, నేనైతే అనుకుంటా. బా నేను ఎంత మంచి, ఐఎమ్ ద బెస్ట్ యాక్చువల్లీ, ఐఎమ్ ఏ క్రౌడ్ పుల్లర్, హౌ మెనీ పీపుల్ కమ్ టు మై satsang? ఐఎమ్ ద బెస్ట్. సో మాతాజీ ఏంటి, వాట్ ఆర్ యూ బెస్ట్ ఎట్? You never thought I am the best? Come on. We are the best, right? And what about others? Himanshu Prabhu, you are the best, Prabhu, in something? Yeah.
Best ke best.
Yes.
I can sleep in the noisiest of places.
You are the best. But the thing, try to understand one thing is, though it's a funny statement, you might be laughing and you might not be expressing outside, but this particular thought process of I am the best is there. Intrinsically it is there within us, in some or the other. But how great is Krishna and how great are our acharyas that they are ensuring us to keep us in his service and trying to make us best. You're getting my point? So despite whatever the negatives we have, how great are our gurus or Krishna? He is a supreme engager. He is supreme engager by engaging his devotees to ensure that we who are thinking that we are the best, actually they are engaging us in his service to make us best. Actually we should be in best in devotion. So Krishna is trying to engage us in making us best in devotion. Yes or no? Otherwise, I mean, these many, almost 3,000 to 4,000 population Zenith community is there. I'm not saying that all are bad, but we are trying to understand how many over the weekend, how many would be thinking that, Hare, today there is some Bhagavad Gita classes there. There might be some one or two points, good points I might get. Let us come. How many will be having that thought process? Right? Very rare. So we should be grateful to our acharyas, Krishna, to engage us in a little way, in a very little way, in engaging us in Krishna service. And you are thinking you are not in Krishna service at this moment? Do you think I am in service? All of us are in service. All these 2 hours of this time is akarma. It's not either good karma or it is negative karma. It is akarma. It is bhakti. It is bhakti. Don't be in impression that when we are only doing worship or doing puja in front of the deity, that is only bhakti. That is the time only you are allotting for bhakti. No. Even Shravanam, Kirtanam. Now it is Shravanam for you and Kirtanam and Shravanam for me also. Right? We are trying to spread the message of Krishna. So that's what he is saying. So if someone is not understanding our spiritual activities, for example, if someone is not understanding our spiritual activities, do we need to correct him? Why? It's good thing only, no? If they are not willing, don't correct. Yes, we should not correct. We should not correct. If they are willing, then we should correct. Otherwise, you please, whatever the spiritual sadhana you are doing, keep it in your home only. There is no need to exhibit in the office. Session, I'm taking Bhagavad Gita classes every Saturday, I'm taking sessions in colleges, Why can't you come? There is no need to tell that. But of course. Uninterested, no? Yes. Why we should not tell? Come on, now tell me. Why we should not tell? First is they cannot understand. Why they can't? Why should not give? They should will contemplate something wrong. Anything else? Okay, 3 points. Another one. Anything else? They should not be in a position to accept. Anything else?
Yeah. Actually, if we say something and they don't agree, and if they tell something to devotees, you are actually hurting them more than actually helping.
That's also yeah. The thing is, the main point, all the points what you said is 100% right. But one important thing is, which we might not thought about it, is when we discuss with them without their interest, there is a possibility that whatever the aversion he had towards Krishna or Bhakti, he might develop further aversion. We are unintentionally make him fall down. It's a sin for us. He might be having his own journey. Probably after 5 years of his time, he might be little interested in Gita. Who knows? But by your intervention, by your unnecessary intervention of elevating him, is making him further down. And what are the 5 years? That will be making him 10 years. So it's a negative karma for us. So that's why we should not try to encourage unnecessarily for the people. Both of us actually. Actually, now I went to office, my office. Now someone asked, what is this, Mahesh, what is this? I told this. Then I stopped. Then he tried to inquire more. Chandilya, he tried to inquire more. And I told, yes, recently we got initiated. What is initiation? What is Krishna? Now he is trying to know more. And somehow we got inspiration. He came to Bhumi Puja also. My colleague, he came to Bhumi Puja also. That's right. He only asked, I gave some information. On top of जितना पूछा उतना बोला, बस उससे ज़्यादा नहीं बोला. Actually मेरे को बोलने का बहुत उत्तरा बोलते हैं ना, उत्सुकता है. So I curbed myself. But when whatever the information he asked, I told that much only. Later he tried to inquire more. Then I told more. And Mataji? Jiva Bhakti Shastri. Yeah.
This
So
ninth offense of your
yes. Yeah.
Prabhupada అలాంటి మరి దేవుని వాళ్ళకి అక్కడ యూస్ లో అక్కడ
Wow. First claps to Mataji, Swarna Mataji. Sorry, Swarna, Archana Mataji. Yeah.
Can you translate?
The question what I told was we should not, it's offense to make the person believe, make the person, or it's offense to argue with a person who has no faith in God or God's names and all. It's offense. But in that case, when Śrīla Prabhupāda went to America, right? America, and all are hippies and happies. Hippies, they were having all kind of bad habits. Then why he told and he did no? Is it not wrong? That's what Mataji was asking. Did you understand? Yeah. So that was the question. Now Mataji, Śrīla Prabhupāda is Nitya Siddha. Spiritual masters, we can't compare ourselves with spiritual masters. Diksha or is Jagat Guru. You can't compare with because Krishna and pure devotees relation is not the same as Krishna and us, because we are not in that consciousness itself. మనలాంటి వాళ్ళు షిప్లో ఒక హార్ట్ అటాక్ వస్తే చాలరా దేవుడా నాయన ఆ యూఎస్ వద్దు ఏమొద్దు వీల్ కమ్ బ్యాక్. బట్ హీ సర్వైవ్ 2 heart attacks, but can you still go? If you survive 2 heart attack, 1 heart attack itself, Murli Prabhu will scold you. ఏం పిచ్చి పట్టిందే నీకు, ఎందుకు వెళ్తున్నావా యూఎస్కి? లేదు నేను ఒక సంకల్పంతో వెళ్తున్నాను నేను అని అన్నారనుకోండి, హార్ట్ అటాక్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, నీకు చెప్పి సచ్చాను కదా, నీకు రావచ్చు కదా తిరిగి, ఎందుకు ఇదంతా నీకు భక్తి గీతిని అనవసరమా అని తిట్టేవాడు. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? సో వీ కాంట్ కంపేర్ అవర్ సెల్స్ విత్ Nitya Siddhas like Śrīla Prabhupāda or any Diksha Guru who are there. They have done so many sacrifices. They were even killed spreading Krishna consciousness. Russians, and there are a couple of Mataji. There are a lot of stories of devotees who got killed also. Mande. I forgot to tell Prabhuji. I parked the car in the ground floor since there was no parking area. In the ground floor, in the way I parked. Here only.
By the building.
By the ground floor. Issue again?
You have a manual car?
Huh?
Like a manual car?
Yeah, manual car.
If you give it to me, I will talk.
Okay. Yeah, इधर ही पार्क किया है प्रभु. Just here. Just नीचे ground floor में. 0858.
0858. I'll put it in L block B1.
Yeah. Oh, B1 ना? Okay.
B1 में
ठीक है.
he'll bring it back also, na?
No. Prabhuji, try to see in any other this thing, ground floor only. यार L block के सामने मेरे ख्याल से, L block के ground floor में डाल दीजिए. L block end वाला, ground floor में डाल दीजिए.
मैं आपको क्लब हाउस के सामने कर
डन.
L block के पास होगी
डन आपकी बात, बट ग्राउंड फ्लोर में डालिए.
Also Prabhupada never forced.
Prabhupada.
If someone said no, he never
Yeah.
forced.
I'm coming to that point. That is one point, Mataji. See, we can't compare ourselves with Nitya Siddhas. Number 1. And spiritual masters, even the current generation of spiritual masters or senior devotees, we can't compare. The kind of risk they took. They went for jail. Actually, in Russia, propagating this Bhagavad Gita knowledge was kind of a ban. But secretly, Bhagavad Gitas were taken inside Russia and they were jailed. And the pepper. There are a lot of, I don't want to get into that. It's unnecessary. It's a big topic actually. But we can't compare ourselves with Nitya Siddhas or spiritual masters. Okay? But yes, even in that case, as Himanshu Prabhu mentioned, he never forced them. Preaching. He did not. First thing is he went to that park, did kirtan. Alone kirtan he did, and when he was doing kirtan, that park was also hill park or central park, but central park also. But later he went to another park also. Yeah, anyway, it's central park only. So there he never preached. Starting he never preached, but after listening to this bhajan and all, people came, tried to inquire, and he served them. He served them personally. He used to cook for them. He used to make them wash their plates. He did seva for all of them. Urne seva, urne raru Mataji. Urne they won't follow. After this. Can I help you? One by one? Okay. Leelamrita. Leelamrita is a Śrīla Prabhupāda's biography. You can read that, you will know some start. Okay. So now, but devotees are kind. Men who are ignorant, men who are
యాక్చువల్గా శ్లోకం మీనింగ్ షార్ట్గా మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి
శ్లోకం meaning.
ఎందుకంటే ఇదంతా వెళ్ళేసరికి యాక్చువల్గా మీనింగ్ ఏంటో తెలియదు.
Bewildered by the modes of material nature, అంటే మనకున్న త్రైగుణాలు ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో, సత్వగుణం, రజోగుణం, తమోగుణం ఉండటం వల్ల, ఆ మోడ్స్ అన్నీ ఉండటం వల్ల ఇగ్నోరెంట్ అంటే అజ్ఞానులు ఫుల్గా మెటీరియల్ యాక్టివిటీస్లో ఎంగేజ్ అయి ఉంటారు అండ్ దానికి బాగా అటాచ్ అయిపోయి ఉంటారు అజ్ఞానులు. త్రిగుణాల ప్రభావం వల్ల అజ్ఞానులు మెటీరియల్ యాక్టివిటీస్లో ఫుల్లీ ఎంగేజ్ అయిపోయి అటాచ్ అయిపోయి ఉంటారు. కానీ వైజ్ ఎవరైతే తెలివిగల వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళు ఆ అజ్ఞానుల యొక్క కార్యక్రమాలని అన్సెటిల్ చేయరు. ఉన్న కార్యక్రమాలని స్లోగా ఆ డ్యూటీస్ని అన్సెటిల్ ఆల్దో దీస్ డ్యూటీస్ ఆర్ ఇన్ఫీరియర్ డ్యూ టు పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ లాక్ ఆఫ్ నాలెడ్జ్. వాళ్ళని అన్సెటిల్ చేయరు. అరే నువ్వు చేసిన చెత్త పనిరా, నువ్వు తాగుతున్నావు అది చాలా చెత్త పనిరా అని చెప్పరు. వాళ్ళని ఉన్న ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ స్టేట్లోనే ఎలా ఎంగేజ్ చేస్తారో వైజ్ అంటే జ్ఞానులు ఆలోచిస్తారనమాట. వాళ్ళు ఉన్న ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ ఏవైతే చెడు అలవాట్లు ఉన్నాయో వాటిని కంప్లీట్గా రిజెక్ట్ చేయకుండా స్లోగా ఎలా ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్ళాలి అని ఆలోచిస్తారు అజ్ఞానుల్ని. అది దీని యొక్క తాత్పర్యం డిఫరెంట్గా తెలుగులో. ఓకే. బట్ డివోటీస్ ఆర్ కైండ్. మెన్ హూ ఆర్ ఇగ్నోరెంట్ కెనాట్ అప్రిషియేట్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఇన్ కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ అండ్ దేర్ ఫోర్ లార్డ్ కృష్ణ అడ్వైజెస్ us not to disturb them. They cannot. Men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities in Krishna consciousness and therefore Lord Krishna advises not to disturb them. Simply waste valuable time. So Krishna is telling that don't disturb them and don't waste your valuable time by trying to convince others. But the devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they undertake all kinds of risks, even to point of approaching ignorant men to try to engage them in acts of Krishna consciousness which are absolutely necessary for the human life. That's what Prabhupada did that. Krishna is saying, అరే నువ్వు ప్రభుపాద అక్కర్లేదురా, నువ్వు చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, నువ్వు వాళ్ళు అనవసరం నువ్వు. బట్ డివోటీస్ ఆర్ మోర్ మర్సిఫుల్ దన్ లార్డ్. ఆల్రెడీ ఇంతకు చెప్పాను నేను. హూ ఇస్ మోర్ మర్సిఫుల్? ఇస్ ద లార్డ్ కృష్ణ ఇస్ మర్సిఫుల్ ఆర్ డివోటీస్ ఆర్ మర్సిఫుల్? కన్విన్స్డా? 100%? Pure devotees కాదా? No Prabhu, devotees are also very merciful than the Lord. ఇంకా కృష్ణ ఏంటంటే లెక్క పద్ధతి. ఇది చేసావా దానికి నీకు ఇది ఉంటుంది, ఇది చేసావు కదా నీకు ఇది ఉంటుంది, ఫిట్టింగ్ ఉంటుంది. కానీ ఇక చైతన్య మహాప్రభు ఇంకా మర్సిఫుల్. ఆయన ఇంకా leave it, that's another topic. But the thing is, what the point which we need to understand is devotees are more merciful than the Lord because they risk their life for the pleasure of Krishna. ఎంతకైనా వెళ్తారు. Okay, so don't push people to renounce, rather push them towards knowledge. True knowledge will kindle true renunciation. మన సన్యాసం పుచ్చుకోవడం కాదు, సన్యాసం పుచ్చుకోమని ఎవరు చెప్పలా. పుష్ దెమ్ టువర్డ్స్ నాలెడ్జ్. ఆటోమేటిక్గా నాలెడ్జ్ వచ్చిందనుకోండి, దే కెన్ టేక్ దేర్ ఓన్ ఇంటెలిజెంట్ డెసిషన్స్. బర్త్ అండ్ డెత్ మధ్యలో ఏంటి? చాయిస్ ఇస్ ద BCD. బర్త్ అండ్ డెత్ బీచ్ మే చాయిస్ ఇస్ దేర్ విత్ అస్ ఆన్ విచ్ డైరెక్షన్ వీ నీడ్ టు గో. ఓకే. So probably for them, we can అలాంటి వాళ్ళతో we can discuss, అంటే instead of talking about bhakti, Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, we can talk non-violence మంచిది కాదు కదా, హ్యాబిట్స్ బాగుంటుంది కదా, లైఫ్ స్టైల్, వాట్ we do in our college preaching, right? College preaching we never talk about Krishna or Bhagavad Gita, we talk like this only. Power of habits ఏంటి, లైఫ్ స్టైల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఏంటి, వాట్ ఇస్ ద కార్పొరేట్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్, we discussed a lot of things there. So somehow we need to bring the topics of their interest and indulge in them, and at some point when the right time, जब हिंदी में कहावत है, what is it? नहीं लोहा गरम है तो हथौड़ा मारो. So we have to wait for that loha garam. So since all you have been there for almost 2 to 3 years, so on day one itself, if we tell few things which I am telling now, मेरे को नहीं चाहिए करके बोल सकते हैं, right? So that's the point.
So basically bring them from mode of ignorance and media mode of listening.
Hare Krishna, Ashish Prabhu, tell me. No problem. Put it. Oh, put it. Prabhu. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Prabhu.
Yeah, I'm saying basically bring them first from mode of ignorance and listening to mode of goodness.
Yes.
Then we can.
Yes, that's right. Ani, Prabhuji, it's not that easy. I remember the days how Leelan Prabhu spent with me. Initially, how was I, and later how accommodative he was in trying to make me stabilize in Krishna consciousness. So it was almost 3 to 4 years of journey. Then but the kind of nature I have, rebellious nature I have, relatively, among all other devotees in our Gachibowli, I am relatively some kind of unique or independent nature guy. Okay, so we can talk to them on topics like non-violence or service to the poor, or we need to encourage and engage them in service. So when someone is not fully ready in Krishna consciousness, we need to be carefully nurture them and put them in right consciousness. When they are not fully ready, we should not teach. We need to slowly bring.
That is why in previous slide we said push them.
Yes. So Krishna is already saying, don't go to Ashtanga, but Ashtanga yogis, but the devotees take risks. That's why they are merciful. Already we have seen that. Now, this purport, right? Yeah. Purport by His Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki persons who are unknowledgeable falsely identify with gross material consciousness and are full of material designations. This body is a gift of material nature, and one who is too much attached to the bodily consciousness is called Manda. One who is too much attached to the bodily consciousness is called Manda, or a lazy person without understanding of spirit soul. ఈరోజు మేకప్ వేసుకుని వెళ్ళాలి, అరే ఈరోజు సత్సంగ్ ఉంది, ఐ షుడ్ గో టు పార్లర్, రైట్? So Manda. So ignorant men think of the body as a self. They accept bodily connections with others as kinsmanship. The land in which the body is obtained as is their object of worship, and they consider the formalities of religious rituals to be ends in themselves. Ba, నా కొడుకు ఐఐటి, బా మా అమ్మాయి స్కాలర్షిప్, 75% స్కాలర్షిప్. ఇజ్ ఇట్ రాంగ్? ఏముంది ప్రభు, ఏం తప్పు ఉంది ప్రభు? మన కన్నపిల్లలు మంచిగా సాధిస్తుంటే గొప్పగా అనుకోవడం తప్పే ఉంది. ఏమంటారు మాతాజీ? రైటే కదా? రైటేనంటారా? No, actually my worry is only nothing wrong, but we are not actually acknowledging the hand of Krishna in that. ఊరిని గుడ్డిగానే అయిపోతారా? ఇప్పుడు see, the kind of money you might have spent on one of the relations what you have, పిల్లలు చదువులైనా సరే ఏదైనా సరే, the money పెట్టారు, ఆ మనీ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది మనకి? We rarely try to acknowledge the hand of Krishna in whatever the good things happening in our life. పోనీ అబ్బాయి కష్టపడితే అచీవ్ చేశాడు, కానీ ఆ అబ్బాయిని అడిగితే నాకంటే ఎక్కువ కష్టపడే వాళ్ళు ఎవరు లేరా? చాలామంది ఉన్నారు, కానీ వాళ్ళకి దక్కింది వీళ్ళకి దక్కిందంటే ఏదో తేడా ఉన్నట్టే కదా. some another hand is there, right? You getting my point, right? When see, there is some factor which you might, this CBSE or ICSE or state syllabus books will not tell. You might have done hard work, but there might be people who might have done more hard work than you, but still you got it. Why can't you acknowledge the hand of Krishna in that? But we rarely acknowledge the hand of Krishna in that. That's what he is trying to say. Bodily conception ante ide. Nothing wrong, nothing wrong, but we need to acknowledge that Krishna, thank you very much. Somehow, though he or she got IIT or she got 75% scholarship, please at some point or the other, please ensure them that they are in Krishna consciousness. Though they are not born devotees, they might have come with some desires. Even after getting some desires, please ensure that at some point they are coming to Krishna consciousness. Right? Yeah. That's the point he is trying to say. Bodily connections with others as kinsmanship, the land in which the body is obtained is their object of worship, and they consider the formalities of religious rituals to be the ends in themselves. Social work, nationalism, and altruism are some of the activities for such materially designated persons. Mera Bharat Mahan, Mera France Mahan, Mera US Mahan, all these things are what are they leading to war, right? Social work and altruism are some of the activities for such materially designated persons. Under the spell of such designations, they are always busy in the material field. For them, spiritual realization is a myth, and so they are not interested. Those who are enlightened in spiritual life, however, should not try to agitate such materially engrossed persons. Better to prosecute one's own spiritual activities silently. Such bewildered persons may be engaged in such primarily moral principles of life as non-violence and similarly materially benevolent work. Men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities in Krishna consciousness. Have you seen any person who doesn't appreciate a person who is in fully Krishna consciousness? Have you seen? Whom only you are seeing? Yes. Okay. So, and therefore Lord Krishna advises us not to disturb them and simply waste valuable time. But the devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they undertake all kinds of risk, even to the point of approaching ignorant men to try to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness, which are absolutely necessary for the human being. 3.30. So here in 3.30, first time Krishna talks about bhakti. Please surrender unto me. First time Krishna talks about bhakti. Okay. Mai sarvani karmani. Mai sarvani karmani. Sannyāsyādhyātma cetasa. Nirasit nirmamo bhūtva. Yudhyasva vigatājvara. Translation by His Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. Therefore, O Arjuna, surrendering all your works unto me with full knowledge of me, without desires of profit. Make a note. Without desires of profit, with no claims to proprietorship, and free from lethargy, fight. Chala ardham undi. Without desire for profit. Are we desiring without profit?
ట్రై చేస్తున్నాం ప్రభు, ట్రై చేస్తున్నాం.
ఎన్నాళ్ళు ఇంకా ఎన్నాళ్ళు ఏదో ఒక రోజు వస్తుంది లేదు బేర కృష్ణుడితో బేరం ఆడుతుంది ఏదో ఒక రోజు వస్తుందంట. Mataji, we need to understand, we should not take this leniently, because if you are lenient, expect that Krishna also would be lenient with you. Correction. But the progress should be there, Mataji. That should be there within you to see for. Then 1 year back, though I am coming to satsang for all these days. इतने सालों से मैं सत्संग आ रही हूँ. Still मैं उसी पोजीशन में हूँ जहाँ मैं 2 साल पहले थी. It will not help, right? That means you are not making progress actually. For example, the kind of doubts I asked Leelan Prabhu in the 2017 or 2018, I am asking the same kind of doubts after 7 years also. What progress I have made? That means I have not leveraged the association of devotees properly. Right? So, this thing we should seriously think, Mataji. We should seriously think, ఏదో ఒక రోజు వస్తుంది, ఏదో ఒక రోజు ఏ రోజు. Is there a guarantee that next day you will be there? So we should be seriously pursuing our spiritual life. So that's what Krishna is trying to say here. So bhakti, so Śrīla Prabhupāda gives a wonderful example in purport also. We will read that.
This is kind of the definition of akarma also.
Akarma. Bhakti, that's what I'm saying. First time Krishna stresses the need of, stresses the point of bhakti here. Therefore Arjuna, first time he says, surrendering all your works unto me. Earlier he might have told fight, but never he used this term. Surrendering all your works unto me. He does that in the first time here, in 30th shloka of 3rd chapter. With full knowledge of me, without desires for profit, with no claims to proprietorship, and free from lethargy. So next two verses 3.31 and 32 tells about who follow him, what happens, and who doesn't follow him, what happens. In 31 and 32 we will see that.
This shloka could also mean you do your best and leave the rest to do.
Yes.
That's why he's saying free from lethargy, fight.
Like fight.
So you do your best.
Yes.
Understand?
You have to offer it, not leave it.
Offer him and then go
Badhakam
to
vadu.
expect.
We are also fighting between Krishna and Maya.
Yeah.
We are trying to go towards Krishna and Maya in between us. It's a fight for us.
Mataji, if you, why can't we be in Krishna or with Krishna always? Why not Maya?
We have to do it.
We are try
Consciously we are
doing it.
But if we reach there, we will become pure devotees.
Yes.
So that,
No, what is wrong in becoming pure devotee?
no, we are doing that. What I
Yes.
said, gradual process.
That gradual process, Mataji, we need to assess ourselves. Again I am saying, reiterating, we need to assess ourselves in this journey. No, your point is right, Mataji, but it is for
కానీ అది అందరికి చెప్పుకునేలా ఉండదు కదా ప్రభు. మనం డెవలప్ అయ్యేది అందరికి చెప్పుకునేలా ఉండదు కదా.
ఉండదు.
మనకే తెలుసు.
ఖచ్చితంగా మీకు కృష్ణకి you will be knowing it.
అదే.
That am I the same 1 year back and now? Oh, that's what. That if you are making that progress, that is good for you only. And for reaching that, you need satsangs, you need devotee association, you need bhakti shastri, you need scriptures and all. With that knowledge, we need to change. Okay. So first time Krishna talks about this thing, and what's the consciousness we should have? Why is he using the proprietorship word? Why is he using proprietorship word?
Ownership.
Huh?
Ownership.
Why is he using ownership? Yeah. Why is he using?
ఫాలెన్ అవ్వకుండా ఫాలెన్ అయిపోతాం మళ్ళీ.
Why is he specifically saying with no claims to proprietorship?
Because the moment you say you are
అహం
the owner,
ప్రైడ్ వచ్చేసి
then pride will
Pride
also come, and also
జెలస్
Complete
basically-
surrender. It is intending to say complete surrender.
మళ్ళీ ఇంకా ఫాలెన్ అవుతారు కదా ప్రభు. మళ్ళీ కింద పతనం అవుతుంది.
Why we are using proprietor? Why he specifically using the word proprietor? Because our ahamkara sits there only. నాది, నా ఇల్లు, నేనే చేశాను, నా స్వయం కృషితో పైకి వచ్చాను, నేను కంపెనీ పెట్టాను, నేను బెస్ట్ ఇన్ ద కంపెనీ, బెస్ట్ ఎంప్లాయీ, నేను ఎవరనుకున్నాం బెస్ట్ ఎంప్లాయీ, ఐఎమ్ సీనియర్ మేనేజర్, I am. If you subtly say, especially in men, I'm sorry if I'm offending. No. Relatively men ki proprietorship mentality బాగా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. నేనే పుడిచా, నేనే పీకా.
మన ఇండియాలో ఎక్కువ జరగదు.
Okay, so this particular word, so we think that we are our proprietors of our children, family. We think we are purushas, but ultimate who is the ultimate purusha? Krishna is the ultimate purusha. Only purusha. Yes. So that's the point what he is trying to say. So first mention of bhakti is he says my sarvani karmani, offer unto me. Okay, purport by his divine Śrīla Prabhupāda ki.
జై.
This verse clearly indicates the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord instructs that one has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties.
హరే కృష్ణ.
B1.
Fine. We'll talk about it later. That's okay.
But I will go. I won't be there till the end.
ठीक है, उनको बता दीजिए आप कहाँ पे हैं. This verse clearly indicates the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord instructs the one that The Lord instructs.
One has to become.
The Lord instructs that one has to become fully Krishna conscious to discharge duties. As if in military discipline, such an injunction may make things a little difficult. Nevertheless, duties must be carried out with dependence on Krishna, because that is the constitutional position of the living entity. You know what? When we depend on Krishna, whatever the activities we do, it has to be successful. Generally, our proprietorship mentality in dealing with our family members, kids, or any relatives, always whatever the action I do, it should be successful. They will not accept failure. But Krishna gives failures to prove the point that you are not the topi, you are not the proprietor. Has anyone faced this? I think everyone has faced enough failures in our lives, right? That I don't think anyone here has Nene Top. No, right? Okay, so eternal aspiration, living entity is a big of.
The living entity cannot.
The living entity cannot be happy independent of the cooperation of the Supreme Lord, because the eternal constitutional position of the living entity is to become subordinate to the desires of the Lord. Arjuna was therefore ordered by Sri Krishna to fight as if the Lord were his military commander. One has to sacrifice everything for the goodwill of the Supreme Lord, and at the same time discharge prescribed duties without claiming proprietorship. Arjuna did not have to consider the order of the Lord. He had only to execute his order. The Supreme Lord is the soul of all souls. Therefore, one who depends solely and wholly on the Supreme Soul without personal consideration, or in other words, one who is fully Krishna consciousness, is called Adhyatma Chetas. Nirashriha means that one has to act on the order of the master but should not expect fruitive results. Nothing we should expect in return. The cashier may count millions of dollars for his employer, but he does not claim a cent for himself. Ultimately, ఎన్ని లక్షలు కౌంట్ చేస్తాడు అతను. Have you ever seen? I have seen SBI. I go to Manikonda SBI. Their cashier, all the lakhs of cashes would be there when he takes one pack, one card, and he counts. If an illiterate fellow sees, person says, wow, how rich this person is. Wow, great, no? But he's only, he's doing his duty. Where were we? Yeah. The cashier may count millions of dollars for his employer, but he does not claim a cent for himself. Similarly, one has to realize that nothing in the world belongs to any individual person, but that everything belongs to Supreme Lord. That is the real purport of Mai, or unto me. And when one acts in such Krishna consciousness, certainly he does not claim proprietorship over anything. This consciousness is called Nirmama, or nothing is mine. And if there is any reluctance to execute such stern order, which is without consideration of so-called kinsman in the bodily relationship, and reluctance should be thrown off. In this way, one may become Vigata Jvara, or without feverish mentality of lethargy. Everyone, according to his quality and position, has a particular type of work to discharge, and all such duties may be discharged in Krishna consciousness as described above, that will lead one to the path of liberation. Okay? One leads to the path of liberation. Okay.
ఆధ్యాత్మ చేతస్ నిరాశ అంటే ఫుల్లీ కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళని అలా అంటారా?
So without personal consideration, in other words, one who is fully Krishna, yes, pure devotees.
అంటే ఇక్కడ వరకు ఆధ్యాత్మ చేతసానా
ఆధ్యాత్మ చేతస వరకే అంతే. 3.31. Now who follows? What is the thing? Yeme matam idam nityam अनुतिष्ठन्ति मानवा श्रद्धावन्तो न शूयन्तो मुच्यन्ते तेऽपि कर्माभिः Translation by Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki. Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions. Yeah, here is talking about who follows. Those persons who execute their duties according to my injunctions and who follow this teaching faithfully without envy become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. Teachings faithfully without envy. Without envy. without envy, free from bondage of fruitive actions. Purport by Śrīla Prabhupāda ki, the injunctions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the essence of all Vedic wisdom and therefore is eternally true without exception. As the Vedas are eternal, so this truth of Krishna consciousness is also eternal. One should have firm faith in these injunctions without envying the Lord. There are many philosophers who write comments on the Bhagavad Gita but have no faith in Krishna. They will never be liberated from the bondage of fruitive action. But an ordinary man with firm faith in eternal injunctions of the Lord, even though unable to execute such orders, becomes liberated from the bondage of the law of karma. In the beginning of Krishna consciousness, one may not fully discharge the injunctions of the Lord, but because one is not resentful of this principle and works sincerely without consideration of defeat and hopelessness, he will surely be promoted to the stage of pure consciousness. There are so many devotees. I think already I have given an example. There are some security people who are working in different banks. They also are devotees. They don't know how to read scriptures and all, but they know that if I am doing worship to the Lord will be able to take care of me. So like that, there are so many illiterates, but they are good situated in the good consciousness with Krishna. అది తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే ఎవరైతే నేను చెప్పినట్టుగా ధర్మం పాటిస్తారో, నా మాట వింటారో, ఎవరైతే నా టీచింగ్స్ నా టీచింగ్స్ని నమ్మకంతో ఫెయిత్తో పాటిస్తారో, ఎవరికైతే ఏమాత్రం కుళ్ళు అసూయ లేవో వాళ్ళు ఈ కర్మబంధనాల నుంచి విముక్తులవుతారు అది చెప్తున్నాను. ఓకే, 3.31-32. నౌ ये त्व एताद् अभ्यसूयन्तो नानुतिष्ठन्ति मे मतम् सर्वज्ञानविमूढांस्तस्तान् विधिनष्टान् अचेतसा. Translation by Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. But those who out of envy, ఎవరైతే అసూయతో disregard these teachings and don't follow them regularly, ఎవరైతే నా టీచింగ్స్ని ఆచరించరో, are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, befooled and ruined in their endeavor for perfection. తెలుగులో ఎలా చెప్పాలో అర్థం కావట్లేదు. ఓకే, so but those who out of envy disregard these teachings and don't follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, befooled and ruined in their endeavor for perfection. All perfection ki రాలేరు, 80% రాలేరు. Here 3.31 and 3.32 activities. అవును, రాలేరు, ఖచ్చితంగా రాలేరు. అవును Mataji, please don't compare ourselves with great devotees like Valmiki, Śrīla Prabhupāda. No, Mataji. Mataji, try to understand. అది ఏ కాలంలో, ఏ యుగంలో అది వాల్మీకి అంటే ఆల్మోస్ట్ త్రేతాయుగంలో. మీరు త్రేతాయుగంలో ఒక పర్సనాలిటీని, గ్రేట్ పర్సనాలిటీని మాతాజీ, అవన్నీ మన ఎక్సెప్షన్స్ మాతాజీ. మెజారిటీ ఎక్సెప్షన్స్ ఆల్వేస్ ఉంటాయి మాతాజీ. ఏం మాతాజీ? నన్ను సార్ తను చెప్పేది అది కాదు. తను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే తను అంటే ఈ కేటగిరీలో వస్తారు కదా, ఏంటి టీచింగ్స్ వినలేదని అంటున్నారు కదా. విన్నా ఇక్కడ ఈ శ్లోకాలో విన్నాక ఎన్విఎస్ ముందు తనకు అసలు అవకాశమే లేదు కదా మాతాజీ. తనకు తెలియదు కదా, వాల్మీకి తెలియదు కదా ముందు. మరి టీచింగ్స్ వినటం ఎక్కడ? వినడమే లేదు కదా తనకి. ఒక ప్యూర్ డివోటీ తన లైఫ్లో వచ్చాక ఈ బికేమ్. మీ ప్రశ్న నాకు మీరు ఏమంటున్నారంటే మరి అసూయ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి, తన టీచింగ్స్ ఫాలో అవ్వని వాళ్ళకి నేను నాలెడ్జ్ని దూరం ఉంచుతాను. మరి అలాంటప్పుడు వాల్మీకి నాలెడ్జ్ ఎలా వచ్చింది ప్రభు అని అంటున్నారు. రైట్? ఒకప్పుడు ఉన్న తను మారాడు కదా, మారాడు కదా,
నారద ముని అంత
ప్యూర్ డివోటీ వచ్చే సంఘంలో ఇప్పుడు శ్రీలా ప్రభుపాద లాంటి శ్రీలా ప్రభుపాద లాంటి ప్యూర్ డివోటీస్ వెళ్తే కానీ అలాంటి అక్కడ ఉన్న హిప్పీస్ హ్యాపీస్ వాళ్ళు కన్వర్ట్ అవ్వాల. ఇప్పుడు నేను మీరు వెళ్ళామనుకోండి, చల్ మీరు మారుతారు, కమాన్ టుడే ఆన్వర్డ్స్ విల్ డూ గాంజా, టుడే ఆన్వర్డ్స్ విల్ డూ దిస్ థింగ్ అని మనం వాళ్ళతో పాటు విల్ ట్రై టు ఎంజాయ్ విత్ దెమ్. ఓకే, సో 3.31 and 3.32 యాక్టివిటీస్ అకార్డింగ్ టు లార్డ్స్ ఇంజెక్షన్స్ ఫాలో అవుతారు. 3.31 ఫాలో అయ్యేవాళ్ళు. అదే 3.32 అగైన్స్ లార్డ్స్ ఇంజెక్షన్స్. మూడ్ ఫెయిత్ఫుల్లీ అండ్ వితౌట్ ఎన్వీ. మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ విత్ ఎన్వీ. రిజల్ట్ ఫ్రీడమ్ ఫ్రమ్ బాండేజ్ అండ్ రియూనేషన్. ఇంకా అధో పాతాలలో కానీ దిగిపోతారు ఎవరైతే పాటించరు. Purport by His Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki the flaw of not being Krishna consciousness is clearly stated herein. As there is punishment for disobedience to the order of the Supreme Executive Head, so there is certainly punishment for disobedience to the order of Supreme Personality of Godhead. A disobedient person, however great he may be, is ignorant for his own self and of the Supreme Brahman, Paramatman, Personality of Godhead due to vacant heart. Therefore, there is no hope of perfection of life for him. Okay. Now, scriptural direction 3.33. సాదృశం చేస్తే స్వస్య ప్రకృతే జ్ఞానవానపి ప్రకృతిం యాంతి భూతాని నిగ్రహ కిం కరిష్యతి. Translation by Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki even man of knowledge acts according to his own nature. For everyone follows the nature he has acquired from three modes. What can repression accomplish? Did you get it? Even a man of knowledge acts according to his own nature. For everyone follows the nature he has acquired from the three modes. What can repression accomplish? Already we have seen that answer in the very first. Purport by His Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki unless one is situated on the transcendental platform of Krishna consciousness, he cannot get free from the influence of the modes of material nature, as it is confirmed by the Lord in the 7th chapter. Therefore, even for the most highly educated person in the mundane plane, it is impossible to get out of the entanglement of Maya simply by theoretical knowledge or by separating the soul from the body. There are many so-called spiritualists who outwardly pose as advanced in the science, but inwardly or privately are completely under particular modes of nature which they are unable to surpass. Academically, one may be very learned, but because of his long association with material nature, he is in bondage. Krishna consciousness helps one to get out of the material entanglement, even though one may be engaged in his prescribed duties in terms of material existence. Therefore, without being fully in Krishna consciousness, one should not give up his occupational duties. No one should suddenly give up his prescribed duties and become so-called yogi or transcendentalist artificially. It is better to be situated in one's position and to try to attain Krishna consciousness under superior training. Thus one may be freed from the clutches of Krishna's Maya. So Lord Krishna is talking about the subject matter of Karma Yoga. So the question here is, if everyone is acting as per this nature, then what is the point of, already we have discussed. Mundane plane ante material environment. Okay, this will be the last shloka of the day because it needs a little bit lengthier explanation. Anyone wanted to read? Rishikesh Prabhu, can you please read, Prabhu? इंद्रियास्येन्द्रियास्यर्थे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तायोर्न वासाम् अगाच्छेत् तौ हि अस्या परिपन्थिनौ. Translation by Divine Grace Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. This is the last shloka of the day. There are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to the senses and their objects. Understood? శాంతి కాసేపు ఆపొచ్చు కదా ప్లీజ్. There are principles to regulate attachment and aversion pertaining to the senses and their objects. One should not come under the control of such attachment and aversion because they are stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. They are the stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. So why so many rules and regulations are given in scriptures to regulate our activities? So now let us try to discuss one thing. I will ask one question. Unrestricted sense enjoyment is wrong. Yes or no? Unrestricted sense enjoyment is wrong. Why? Why?
It will continue to make you feel that you want more.
Yes.
They are never ending and we will not be able to control our senses and we will not be able to focus on Krishna.
Excess of lot of things acts like poison.
Our mind will be occupied in thinking of
What is the solution? What is the solution?
Moderation.
Control mind.
Okay. Now, yeah, your all answers are right for the question. Unrestricted sense enjoyment is wrong. Why? For that you have given the answers. All are right. Like it entangles us to be in more modes of material nature and binds us more in this middle world itself. Takes us away from Krishna, move towards hellish planets. It's the cause for the material entanglement. In a way, if you are trying to sense enjoyment is more, then what is the solution?
higher taste to engage చేయాలి.
Focus on your mind. Divert your mind's attention into one focal
Replace
point,
that.
which is Krishna.
Krishna. Love for Krishna. Love for Krishna.
A, B, C, D, E.
Huh?
A, B,
A,
C,
B.
D, E.
Association books can do.
Now, he is the solution for the unrestricted sense enjoyment, restricted enjoyment. He is the solution for unrestricted sense enjoyment, restricted enjoyment. How many say restricted enjoyment is the solution for unrestricted sense enjoyment? Only one hand. You got the question right. Everyone, if no one is lifting the hand, I was getting doubt if I phrased my question wrong. The solution for unrestricted sense enjoyment is restricted sense enjoyment.
There is nothing but restricted sense enjoyment. Because once we started, at the
Yeah,
point
you will
we
get
all
bound
wanted
into
to
the
do
material
more.
world. You want to do more.
We get into that loop.
Huh?
So we get into that loop. So there is nothing called restricted. Even if it is restricted today, very soon it won't be restricted.
No.
So the only option is move your mind from this to KC so that
It
you
is nothing
focus
but-
yourself, your energy
It
there.
is nothing but restrictions.
Higher taste, it is not the solution probably, but it might be the first step towards the
Yes. Yes.
First step gradually comes.
Yes. That's what Amrita Mataji was saying. Yeah. So that's not a full solution, obviously. That's a starting point to start with. Restricted sense enjoyment. Okay. Now, purport by His Divinity Śrīla Prabhupāda ki
Jai.
those who are in Krishna consciousness are naturally
Reluctant to engage. Hare Krishna Narayana.
okay. Those who are in Krishna consciousness are naturally reluctant to engage in material sense gratification. Yes or no? But those who are not in such consciousness should follow the rules and regulations of the revealed scriptures. Unrestricted sense enjoyment is the cause of material engagement, but one who follows the rules and regulations of the revealed scriptures does not become entangled by the sense objects. For example, sex enjoyment is a necessity for the conditioned soul. Sex enjoyment is necessity for the conditioned soul, and sex enjoyment is allowed under the license of marriage ties. According to scriptural injunctions, one is forbidden to engage in sex relationship with any woman other than one's wife. All other women are to be considered as one's mother. But in spite of such injunctions, a man is still inclined to have such sex relationships with other women. These propensities are to be curbed. Otherwise, they will be stumbling blocks on the path of self-realization. As long as the material body is there, the necessities of the material body are allowed, but under rules and regulations, and yet we should not rely upon the control of such allowances. One has to follow those rules and regulations unattached to them, because practice of sense gratification under regulations may also lead one to go astray. As much as there is always the chance of an accident, even on the royal roads, although they may be very carefully maintained, no one can guarantee that there will be no danger even on the safest roads. Yes or no? Even on the safest roads, accidents are possible. Yes or no? I met with an accident. You know Outer Ring Road, Gachibowli, right? Gachibowli ka start hota hai na. From that point, before the that gate, toll gate, in that distance, in that accident, I lost my thumb broke. Even in the safer, in that road, at least in that such you will not expect, right?
How many years back?
10 years back. So the point what is, even on the safest road, that there will be, no one can guarantee that there will be no danger even on the safest road. The sense enjoyment spirit has been current. The sense enjoyment spirit has been current a very long time, owing to material association. Therefore, in spite of regulated sense enjoyment, there is every chance of falling down. Therefore, any attachment for regulated sense enjoyment must also be avoided by all means. But attachment to Krishna consciousness or acting always in the loving service of Krishna detaches one from all kinds of sensory activities. Therefore, no one should try to be detached from Krishna consciousness at any stage of life. The whole purpose of detachment from all kinds of sense attachment is ultimately to become situated on the platform of Krishna consciousness. Right? Now, generally in this material world, we want material objects that fulfills our desires. Yes or no? To fulfill our desires, we need material objects. Yes, am I right? Now, if anything comes as an obstacle in our desire fulfillment, we develop hatred towards it. Yes or no? Obviously, right? We develop hatred towards that particular thing. So that become an object of hatred, and in scriptures we have this. Raga means desire. Dvesha means hatred. Everyone knows the meaning, right? Everyone knows the meaning. Now, in scriptures there are prescribed actions and there are some forbidden actions. Yes or no? Everyone knows, right? Scripture says there are some prescribed actions what you need to do, and there are forbidden actions what you should not do. Now, our mind, because of conditioning, what it does?
Always goes to forbidden.
Because of conditioning, our mind always develop hatred towards prescribed actions and develop attraction towards forbidden actions. Because of our conditioning. Yes or no? Huh? Here it is. Our mind develops hatred towards prescribed action and attraction towards forbidden action. Right? Intaru okay na? Now, our mind, because of what it does, it is hatred towards prescribed action, attraction towards forbidden actions, and because of simple past impressions and vasanas. ఎంతమంది పూర్వజన్మ వాసనలను నమ్ముతారు? How many of you believe in past life impressions? How many of you believe, strongly believe? कितने लोग पूर्व जन्म के वासनाओं को नमते हैं, विश्वास करते हैं, मानते हैं? हाँ? कितने लोग मानते हैं? पूर्व जन्म वासनाओं को कितने लोग मानते हैं? सभी लोग मानते हैं. कोई है इधर जो मानते नहीं है? सभी लोग मानते हैं. Okay, that's good. So here he is talking about those vasanas. We may have aversion towards doing the right things, and we may have attachment doing wrong things. So attachment has to be controlled because it is wrongly placed. Yes or no? Surely we will be having attachment towards wrong things. We will be having hatred towards right things. But that particular attachment has to be curbed, right? That attachment को अपन को बंद करने का है. Yes or no? Yes, right? Now, which are scriptural injunctions are acting as that helping hands for us to cut them. In a way, what scriptural injunctions will try to teach us that these are not the things which are to be hated. These are not the things which are to be getting attracted to.
For ABCD.
ABCD. But the thing is, if we observe carefully ourselves, మనకు కొన్ని నిజంగా తెలిసినప్పటికీ కూడా వెళ్తుంది. కృష్ణ ద పరమాత్మ విత్ ఇన్ us, he will be telling, అరే నువ్వు అది కాదే, అది చేయకూడదు నాకు తెలుసు చేయకూడదని తెలుసు బట్టి నేను చేస్తున్నా. మీరు నోటీస్ చేశారు ఎప్పుడైనా? Actually, voice will be telling is that there are people who are non-devotees. Anyhow, they won't be knowing. There is no voice. There is no one calling and telling. But especially who have started their spiritual journey even little bit, there will be some voice within. అరే నువ్వు చేస్తుంది తప్పే నువ్వు చేయకూడదే అని. అవునండి నాకు తెలుసు నేను చేస్తుంది తప్పే అని, కానీ నాకు ఎందుకు నేను చేయాలనిపిస్తుంది.
I think someone who is non-devotee also, that voice is coming somewhere in a very slow voice.
Okay.
But they are so much into material.
Yes, let me put this way. They will ignore. But we can't ignore. We clearly see that voice within us. But still, please, gulab jamun నాకు కావాల్సింది, ప్లీజ్ నాకు కావాల్సింది గులాబ్ జామున్, ప్లీజ్. ఏమన్నా శాంతి, I want gulab jamun today. I know it's not good for me. I'm having sugar. It's not good for me. But still, ప్లీజ్ రా, నేను ప్రతిరోజు వారం అంతా తినట్లేదు కదా, ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు నువ్వు కాకరకాయ పెడుతున్నావు, ఇది పెడుతున్నావు, తింటున్నాను, ఇప్పుడైనా పెట్టు నాకు, ఇది తింటాను అంతే. No. No, the point I'm trying to catch is, though we are talking, మనం ఫన్నీగా మాట్లాడుకుంటున్నాం కానీ it might be even applicable for the worst of the things also. Even for the worst of the things. అరే నాకు ఒకళ్ళతో ఇల్లీగల్ రిలేషన్ పెట్టుకోవడం తెలుసు, తప్పు నాకు తెలుసు, అది తప్పు నాకు తెలుసు, కానీ నేను జస్ట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు హ్యావ్ ఇట్. అది తోడైందంటే అబద్ధాలు, వాళ్ళకి ఏమి టాలెంటెడ్ అబద్ధాలు. I mean, why I am giving this serious? Because all the time you are laughing by quoting a simple funny example. That's why I have given some example which are serious thought provoking. There are some things which are not good for you, your family, for the soul, but still we do it. Society, we do it. Still we do it, despite knowing that is wrong. అదన్నీ ఏమనుకుంటున్నారు? పూర్వజన్మ వాసన బలాలు అవన్నీ అలాంటి నుంచి వచ్చాం మనం. సో scriptural injunctions acts like scissors. Scriptural injunctions act like scissors. Now we need to have full faith on scriptural injunctions. అంటే ఇంత నాలెడ్జ్ ఉన్నా there are people who fall into it actually. That past impressions are that strong that still we do it actually simply. మన ఇంత though see, despite we are trying to be in devotion, sometimes it is very difficult to stop. But that's what the strength of scriptural injunction. We need to 100% faith in scriptural injunction. ఇది చెప్పింది రైట్ కాబట్టి నేను వినాల్సిందే. That's the thing what we need to develop. So this particular quality in jiva is called free will. Here, vasanas. So this particular quality in jiva is called free will. So vasanas, as I told, are past sanskaras or impressions or previous lives stay with us in life after life, and in certain circumstances these impressions gets activated. Prati puna activate avadu. For example, just for information, I might, how many of you like how many of you like pineapple here? I think everyone likes pineapple, right? Yeah, okay, let me ask this way. How many of you don't like pineapple? Because I don't like pineapple. Seriously, I don't like pineapple. I don't like pineapple. And I like pineapple cake.
Doesn't like fruits only.
No. The point I'm trying to say is, the point what I'm trying to say is, no, I will tell you. I'll come to it. It's not about me. I'm just trying to give an example. For example, I don't like pineapple. Everyone likes pineapple, right? Now, why I don't like pineapple? Sure, yes. It might be a funny thing. Who knows that pineapple that sharp edges would be there, right? దాని మీద ఇలా పడిపోయి అది గుచ్చుకొని చనిపోయాను. Previous life, or kullipoina, or some rotten pineapple I would have eaten, and I got averted towards pineapple. Other foods. The point na gurinchi kaadu. No, the thing is,
That was before class.
the point is not that. The point is the aversion developing for me is due to the negative impression what I got carried out with pineapple. No one would have got that thing. Everyone likes pineapple, but I don't like pineapple. But unknowingly, we might not know, but that nature is carried. Yes. Yeah. One more example is beerakai. You know beerakai, right? Beerakai, actually, in our farm, we go to village every 2 months. Summer vacation, we used to go to village. So one time, what happened? Some vegetables were not there. So all those 2 months, they made beerakai curry, beerakai pappu, beerakai pachadi, everything beerakai. I ate 2 months. I ate. After that, I got averted towards beerakai. Whenever she cooks beerakai, so I mean, very young gaadu edo clear avaleru. So the point, టాపిక్ కూడా మాట్లాడుతారు మీరు ఎక్కడికి. అరే ప్రభు ఏదో గాడ్ ప్రభు వదిలేండి ప్రభు. అవి unless they see it, they will not. My mistake, bro. I took a wrong example.
Very well. It's very good. Zero.
And anyway, whatever. So try to understand that these impressions are very important. Actually, there are some impressions in the same life which we carry even in this life also. But what we need to understand that there are some impressions in your past lives which you even will face now. It's not that only immediately after birth only you will be able to exhibit those impressions. After some point of the time, it might get activated. Those impressions, not that only bachpan se those. When that environment should be there to get activated. That environment should be there to get activated, right? So
will not take curd and milk also.
I mean, there are some people. They might be actually these past life impressions will make an impact in those things. For example, Anuradha Mataji, our Anuradha Mataji, my Leena Prabhu's good wife, she doesn't like the smell of milk. Always she does. I will not come in his car. I will come with you, Prabhu. She used to come in my car. So she doesn't. Impressions would be there. But the basic point what we need to try to understand is these vasanas or samskaras are following us from lives after lives, and there might be a possibility in this life also you might form new impressions.
Yeah.
Also.
Lot of people in India, I think they don't like Pakistan.
Fine. That's okay. That's not the point. Yes. Okay. So we need to understand that though these impressions are very powerful to instigate the jiva to act in particular manner. So free will of the jiva is pulled in that direction. Still at the same time, if the jiva decides to listen to the voice of scriptures, then those impressions are not that strong that they may make jiva helpless to succumb. For example, if you are not taking the help of scriptures, right, there is every possibility that you might fall prey to the past life impressions in this life also. even though it is negative, one thing is that it is negative, but if you are not even exposed to scriptures, you will do that negative for sure without any more thought of regret. There is no introspection, there is no regret at all. But if you have scriptural knowledge, at least scriptural knowledge will help you to help you to stop those impressions to carry forward, and it will even help you to create no new negative impressions for your future. మాతది తిండనే కాదు, నేను ఓన్లీ తిండి అనే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ జస్ట్ అందరికి అప్లికబుల్ అని చెప్పా. దేర్ మైట్ బి సమ్ థింగ్స్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏ పర్సన్ ఈస్ దేర్, in his previous life he was a jamindar and he was craving for money freely available money wherever he gets, he was freely getting the money, and that particular impression was there in his soul. And when he took next life till 30 to 35 years, that thing was not there. Once he came to an environment where some betting was happening, some people were doing betting. 100 रुपये डालने से 1000 आ रहा है, 1000 रुपये डालने से 10,000 आ रहा है, 10,000 रुपये डालने से 1 lakh आ रहा है. It's very nice. So the environment has been provided to him after 35 years in this life, where he could, that particular samskara triggered. Betting easy money kada, I will put 1 lakh, 10 lakhs will come. Hare, I will put this thing 1 lakh, but he activate అవుతుంది, and he is losing also. He is putting amount in betting and he is losing also, right? You getting my point? తిండి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకున్నా, బట్ థింగ్ ఇస్ దేర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ ఈవెన్ నెగటివ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఐ కెన్ టేక్ విచ్ ఆర్ వెరీ సటిల్ ఇన్ నేచర్. కొన్ని మాతాజీ, ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ హ్యూమన్ హ్యాస్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ నేచర్. డ్రీమ్స్ yes, and the dreams are also having a link with your past lives. Subtle, yes, subtle.
But I get some lot of comedy dreams, so which doesn't have any. Seriously.
No.
I get very
That's
comedy
okay.
dreams,
Prabhu.
which doesn't have any meaning.
That is also part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw one video where one kid was scared of water, river and swimming pool. So in the past life regression, they found out in the last life he lost his life by drowning.
Yes.
So this janam he was scared of.
Yes. ఇప్పుడు మా బాబు ఉన్నాడు, మా బాబు కూడా సేమ్ యాక్చువల్లీ హీ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎ ఫియర్ ఆఫ్ హైట్స్. I think I told multiple times. Myself and my daughter, both of them, that what is it? That chakra, not only giant will go slowly. We don't like slow. We want fast. Roller coaster or whatever, roller coaster, doing like that it goes, right?
Roller coaster.
We want everything fast. So myself and my girl, Bhavika, both of them we enjoy. But he doesn't come. My boy doesn't come, and he never comes. పాపం వాడిని చూసినప్పుడు అనిపిస్తుంది, పాపం కొంచెంలో ఏ హైట్తో ఏమి నెగిటివ్ ఇంప్రెషన్ కలిగిందో వాడికి పాపం అని we try to encourage him, రారా చిన్నగా చేద్దామంటే it never comes actually. He never comes at all. So surely past life impressions are there. Yeah. Okay. So why? Because free will of jiva exists. If someone says that even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that person is helpless because of his nature, and if you give good instructions to that person, he can't follow them as nature overpowers it. మనం ఎన్ని నీతులు చెప్పినా ఎన్ని ఇది చెప్పినా sometimes ఆ నేచర్, ఆ ఇంప్రెషన్స్ అనేది దే ఆర్ దట్ మచ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ దట్ ఈవెన్ ఇట్ overpowers the message of Bhagavad Gita or the devotee's message also. So that's what the power of samskaras is. Now with the free will, now it's up to jivas. It is given, free will is something Krishna has given to us. I mean, are you even appreciating the thing that Krishna has given something unique to us? It is not completely, కొంతమంది అంటారు కదా, నువ్వు పేదవాడుగా పుట్టావు, నువ్వు పేదవాడుగా సావాల్సిందే. కానీ what a free will is given, like people like Abraham Lincoln is there, though in that poverty he was a cobbler's son, but with the free will he leveraged, he has become a president of US. No, that are you understanding the importance of free will, what we got in our lives? Had not there been a free will, just think about it. Free will లేకపోయి ఉంటే మన పరిస్థితి ఏమై ఉండేది? अगर free will को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं प्रभु?
चाहत.
Anyway, I don't know what to say.
स्वतंत्र इच्छा,
Huh? इच्छा शक्ति,
स्वतंत्र इच्छा,
स्वतंत्रता,
स्वतंत्र इच्छा,
स्वतंत्र इच्छा, स्वतंत्र इच्छा.
आपकी इच्छा जो है
इच्छा,
अच्छा.
स्वतंत्र,
शिक्षा
ये फ्री विल में थोड़ा किक है प्रभु. Okay, anyway, now the thing
మంచి
is,
ఇచ్చా.
have you ever imagined if the free will has not given by Krishna to us, how the things would have been?
ఎక్కడున్నానో అక్కడే ఉంటుండే.
स्वेच्छा.
बारिश-
अगर आपने कृष्णा जी ने आपको स्वेच्छा नहीं दिया हो तो आप अपन के जीवन में क्या क्या
నిరాశ, నిస్పృహ,
क्या इफेक्ट होता?
నిరాశ,
కృష్ణుడు చెప్పినట్టు ఉండేదంటే మీరు ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేవాళ్ళే కాదు, అక్కడే కాకుండా ఉండేవారు.
Caged.
ఆశ దోష అప్పడం.
No free will, you will feel like caged.
Caged. Yes, you will be feel like caged. And see now if you are having a वो इच्छा है, वो स्वेच्छा है, इसीलिए अपन कितना प्रोग्रेस कर पा रहे हैं, even materially or spiritually. Leave out even materially also, if the free will is there, that's the reason why you are able to make progress. Now if there is no free will, now assume एक रिक्शा वाले का बेटा रिक्शा वाला ही बनता, हाँ, एक शू पॉलिश करने वाले का बच्चा शू क्लीन करने वाला ही बनता. ऐसे ही होता है अपन लाइफ में कुछ प्रोग्रेस होता क्या?
हम अपने पास्ट कर्मों को ही
भुगतते रहते, सुधारने का कोई चांस ही नहीं है. Right? So free will is such a, actually lot of people don't realize the importance of free will what Krishna has given to us.
యూజ్ చేసుకునే దాన్ని బట్టి ఉంటుంది free will.
By default they have taken it for granted. ఇది free will is mine. ఉన్నది ఒకటి జిందగీ మామ, మనం ఎంజాయ్ చేయాలి. Right? That free will important lot of people are not taking seriously. Now
free will ఉండడం వల్ల మనము ఎదుగుదలకి
ఎదుగుదలకి మంచిది ఇది. ఫ్రీ విల్ లేకపోతే మనం అందరం, though our nature is very strong, we may become helpless in front of our nature. At the same time, Jiva is awarded with this quality called free will. By listening to the scriptures, Jiva can avoid falling prey to previous samskars, and that's why scriptures talk about restrictions. Please understand the importance of free will. Free will. మనం ఫ్రీ విల్తో ఏం చేయొచ్చు? వాట్ వీ కెన్ డూ యూజింగ్ అవర్ ఫ్రీ విల్?
అంటే మనం స్క్రిప్చర్స్ విని అప్లై
అప్లై చేస్తున్నామా?
కొంచెం స్టార్టింగ్
లేదు మాతాజీ, వీఆర్ నాట్ స్టార్టింగ్. ఐఎమ్ సారీ టు సే, వీఆర్ నాట్ స్టార్టింగ్. వీఆర్ లాంగ్ వే, వీఆర్ ప్రోగ్రెసింగ్ వెరీ స్లో. వీఆర్ ప్రోగ్రెసింగ్ వెరీ స్లో. మనకి ఇంటి నుంచే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది ప్రభుజీ సన్మాతాజీ. దిస్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ స్టార్ట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ అవర్ హౌస్, not from outside. You know, right? This dhoti 200 rupees, this kurta 200 rupees, this kanduva probably 100 rupees, tilak and all 420 rupees mein I can make a good impression that I am a wonderful devotee. Right Prabhu? मैं अच्छा devotee हूँ ना आशीष प्रभु?
because your heart is beautiful.
Yeah?
Whatever you're teaching is awesome and your heart is so much inclined towards love.
The other day Ashish Prabhu was going to Jagadishwar Reddy garu and he was appreciate with wonderful devotee, is a good devotee. By putting this attire, anyone can look good devotee, as a pure devotee. The thing starts from our house. మన ఇంటి నుంచే మొదలవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ మన డివోటీ అవుతుంది వేరే వాళ్ళకి చూపించుకోవడానికి కాదు. వి ఆర్ నాట్ బికమింగ్ డివోటీ టు షో టు అదర్స్ దట్ सी आई व्हाट कितना अच्छा परम भक्त हूँ मैं. नो, इट इज बिटवीन कृष्णा. वॉट एवर यू डू, कृष्णा डजंट नो. कृष्णा को मालूम नहीं है क्या? बोलो.